Hi, you guys, here with another episode of Try Shy Travels, where I, Shyla Bryant, owner of Try Shy Travel LLC, will be giving you all my take of destinations I travel to, destinations I love, and destinations I want you to love. So today I'm taking you guys to Central America, Guatemala to be more exact. In my opinion, Guatemala is a country that doesn't get the love and highlight that it so well deserves, but this country, like so many others I've been to, is definitely on my return to list. I'm telling y'all, we were all over the place. Let's talk about it. Okay, so let's delve into this country, which is just so full of Mayan and Indian culture, as well as spectacular sights and views. But before we get into this too deeply, make sure you've liked and subscribed, because as I travel, we are going to travel. We're going to travel across this globe, you guys. And Lord willing, I got some good trips planned for this year, so you guys don't want to miss what's coming up for 2022. So like and subscribe. All right, so back to Guatemala. I want to mention to you all that this trip was 100% unintentionally planned by yours truly. So what do I mean by unintentionally? Well, what happened was the year before last, so this trip was taken last year, but the year before last year, we had planned another trip, which was ultimately canceled due to COVID coming around and messing everything up. So we had a flight credit that we needed to use. And long story short, we chose to use our air credit to visit Guatemala. Now you have several ways to get around Guatemala. We chose private transportation. Another popular transit type is the chicken bus, which is full of people shoulder to shoulder in most cases. And as I said, we took this trip last April. And as you all know, COVID back then, as it still is, it was very prevalent. So we just wanted to be as safe as possible. So on our 3.5-hour journey from Guatemala City to Lake Atitlan, where we were going to stay for 2 days, our driver stopped along the way in Tacpan to allow us a chance to enjoy a decadent meal at Katak restaurant. Our temperatures were checked at the door, which I thought was a nice safety measure. Very tasty food here, you guys, and everything is freshly made. As we got closer, the ride to Lake Atitlan grew more and more intriguing. You can see the deep blanket of fog within the mountains, and not to mention the seemingly endless curvaceous road that gets you down to your destination. And if you look closely, you guys, you'll see in front of us another chicken bus. On this stay to the lake, we checked into the Sababa resort, which is in San Pedro, more accurately named San Pedro La Laguna. Now, what you all should note is that there are several villages encompassing Lake Atitlan. San Pedro is just one of them. Check-in was very easy, and as you can see, we were welcomed with a nice glass of champagne, and then we were given our room key. This resort sits directly off the lake, so the views, be it nighttime or daytime, are just simply breathtaking. And y'all, please Please don't judge me. Yes, I was born in America, but I swear to you, this was my first time in Guatemala having fried Oreos, and I'm so mad that nobody told me how good it was because, baby, OMG, that was the best dessert I've probably had in internationally. No lie. So, yeah, fried Oreos is what it is in Guatemala at the Sababa Resort. And on a healthier note, breakfast is complimentary here, and they do a great job with their selection. Everything was very tasty, very, very good. No complaints there. And if you're up for a challenge during your stay on the lake, I encourage you to look into a guided Indian Nose mountain hike. So this hike will take you about 7,200 feet up into the mountains to get a spectacular view of the sunrise. We woke up around 4 a.m. and started out on this excursion. And didn't take me long to ask myself what the heck I was doing out there this time of morning with all that howling going on, but our guide assured us that we were okay. I don't really recommend this excursion for anyone who may have knee or back issues. I mean, even for my friend and I, who thought we were in good shape, even we had to stop for, quick breathers here and there. But you guys, when you finally get to the promised land, man, is it worth it. If you've ever seen pictures of the Grand Canyon and then had the chance to actually visit, you know what I mean when I say pictures do this place no justice at all. You have to see it for yourself. And I also recommend if you guys want to, go on this excursion, take pictures while you're coming down the mountain, I highly recommend a GoPro, or you'll be like me and you almost fall down the mountain and take everybody out with you. Something else that's nice is by the time you're walking down the mountain, the sun is up now. So you can see everything you missed as you were walking up the mountain, essentially in the dark. Something else I urge you all to do if you're in this area is a boat ride around the lake. It's huge, you guys, but it's nice to see the backside of the different villages, and you can even get dropped off to the nearby villages to do more in-depth sightseeing. So we took advantage of this by visiting San Juan and Panajachel, aka Pana. One thing about Pana, you guys, is absolutely gorgeous. The people are friendly, you have tasty food options on every corner with street vendors, as well as great souvenir shops. It really hurt my heart when it was time to go. Pretty funny. So you guys remember when I told you we hired private transportation? Well, we hired this transportation company for our entire stay, so we had the same driver come get us when it was time to leave the lake. But it just so happened that on the day of our departure from Lake Atitlan, the police weren't letting cars in due to some type of construction happening. So our driver was nice enough to meet us more than halfway on foot so that we could walk back to his van together. And I was so busy taking pictures, I didn't even realize how many pictures I had with him in the pictures pulling our bags. But man, that's crazy. I didn't realize it until I was putting this video together. But don't worry, he got a really nice tip. The next stop in Antigua was a quick one, but nevertheless, it was a stop our driver was more than happy to make for us. So the first stop we made was to La Cuevita, restaurant, and let me tell you, the food here is simply mind-blowing. Like seriously, when I touch down in Guatemala again, I'm on my way. What's even better is we got there when they first opened, so we had the rooftop all to ourselves for maybe like 10 to 15 minutes. One thing to note is that Antigua is a small city which boasts several famous Spanish colonial buildings. So this too is a stop I recommend for those of you who've never been. And finally, what better way to end a vacation than a spa day? So in a Matitlan, not to be confused with Atitlan, a Matitlan is about an hour away from Antigua, and in this little city stands the Kawilal Spa, which is where we spent our last day at. So for one price, you get hotel accommodations including free breakfast, as well as your choice of a spa package. So we chose one that included a chocolate coffee scrub and thermal circuits. Well, I'm telling y'all, this place is it. You hear me? So guys, that sums up our Guatemala trip. If you guys have any questions for me or would like to book your stay at the Sababa Resort or just in Guatemala period, feel free to reach out. TriShot Travel is a full service agency and we'd be glad to help you plan your best trip. Until next time, you guys, travel safe and be well. Bye.